Hi everyone, Sharon here. Welcome to my take on this month's Vlog Hop challenge for the Crafting with All Brands Vlog Hop. The challenge this month has challenged me, I won't lie. So basically we've all had to work in colours that start with the letters of May. So M, A and Y, all the colours we're using are starting with those letters. In the description, I have linked everybody else who's joining in with this, so always worth grabbing a cuppa and heading over to the other channels to see everybody else's interpretation. What you can see on my desk here is one of my favourite brands, Studio Light, and these are designed by Art by Marlene. There's a picture of Marlene there. She's got a very wacky, very cool style to her. She loves colour, Marlene, as well, so I thought she would be a good brand to use with the colour that we're going to experience for May. So this is a relatively new stamp set. I did get this from Create and Craft, but you can get hold of these from Dragon Crafts as well, Hazel Eaton, and I'll also have popped the link in the comments there in the description for you as well. So these remind me of the old-fashioned paper dolls where you kind of dressed your doll. So you've got two different faces here. You've got the hair, you've got various accessories, you've got a playing card, so that's her body, and then you've got all the limbs, so you could have the legs just coming down here or the legs crossed at the bottom there, and there's a little playing card elements there too. So that is a big A5 stamp set. There you go, it gives you some inspiration on the black back there, and this particular stamp set is called Playing Card Women. There is a male version too, so I'm going to go with this one for my card. I've also got on my desk the stencil that you would have seen in, if you've watched some of my previous videos over the last few weeks. This was a freebie from Simply Cards magazine, so I'm going to use that. And also they had an offer on Create and Craft, so when you bought from a particular show, you have this die cut paper frames free. So if I just show you on the first page, these are all die cut frames. In the center, I have taken this piece of paper, so that came that way round, so I've die cut that out. So we have got magenta, I'm calling this, or mauve, we have aqua, and we have Y for yellow, so M-A-Y. So I've selected that. Okay, so that's what I've got primarily to use, and I'm also using a DL card because she's quite long, is Our Lady. So I really like the outside of this, so I think what I'm going to do first of all is pop that on here and then cut around that, I think. So as I say, this is a DL card, which is a nice size to use, especially for something like this. So I will end up with 3 wavy sides, and then I'm going to cut this from the back, so I will have a straight side as well. So just snip from the back so you can see where you're going. I could have paper trimmed this, but sometimes it's easy to do it this way so you know exactly where you want your papers to lay. So just trimming that off there. So then I'm going to use my stencil just along this side here, and it's got this lovely wavy edge here. So I'm going to bring this in from the left hand side, and I'm going to be a bit kind of artistic license here because I am using Salvage Patina, but that's going to be my aqua, and I'm going to use Kitsch Flamingo, and that's going to be my magenta. So it's a light shade magenta. So I'm going to go on here where I've got the aqua. I'm going to bring in the magenta over the top, and then where I've got the magenta, I'm going to bring in the aqua over the top. And actually, let's go all the way over to get that decorative edge of that stencil, which is lovely. I haven't embossed with this actually, but it is a thick enough weight to be able to emboss with as well, which is rather nice. So you can use this stencil just as an embossing folder too. I'm just going to see. Oh yes, that's looking good. So you can tape this down. If you're new to stenciling, just tape your stencil down with some low tack tape, but I like to just go for it. So our mauve or our magenta coming down here, and finishing off with our aqua down the bottom here. And then when we take that off, we've got that lovely stenciled image all along the background there, which I'm liking the look of. Let's just return those to where they need to be. So I have already stamped our elements out and cut out. So I've got the aqua playing card, which I love. That's really good. Now I have, with her limbs, I have used, so I've coloured these in with my permanent marker pens, and I've decided that this is amber. So a little bit of artistic license again with these. So they're going to slide under there. So let's just pop that aside for now, because we have her face here, which again is in in amber. And then she's going to have, let's see, let's give her some yellow hair. If you want to know about these pens I'm using, if you have a look at a video I did last week showing you my new purchase of pens and paints, which make me very happy indeed. Let's go for aqua, first of all, in the middle of this flower. And then we will colour in some more in magenta. Let's go up to this line. So because I'm using the pattern paper, I've then stamped these elements individually onto white stamping card. You can stamp them all with your platforms if you want to, and then have them all in a white background. And every time you do this, these will look different. That's what I love about stamps. They're so versatile. Every time you make a card with stamps, they will look different. Never get two the same. And then we're going to go around the outside with our aqua. And the thing with these stamps as well, because they are quite quirky, you don't have to, you know, stick to any particular colour scheme. You can go right out there, make them as wacky as you want to. That's what it's all about, experimenting with colour. Let's give her some aqua eyes as well. And then I think she needs magenta lips. Oh yes, nice. She's got her magenta lips. So that is going to be just behind there. So that's her face. We may need to move that over. We'll play around with that. Then we've got her arms. So I've already coloured in the skin tone there with the amber, what I'm calling the amber. And then she's going to have these gorgeous gloves in magenta. So we just add colour to here. So I've already pre-stamped these and cut these out. So I've stamped using my black VersaFine ink pad, which is a nice juicy one for when you're colouring in. So those are her arms there. So let's just see where we want these to come down. That's going to come down there. I just love all of Marlene's designs. They're so quirky, they're so unique. So that's going to sit like that, liking that. Okay, and then let's have a little look at the playing cards. So on this stamp set, you've got these small little playing cards as well. And as she's got the heart on there, let's just add a few hearts around and about. I might stick her down actually. So I'm going to use my wet glue and pop these down now before I change my mind as to where they're going to go. I'll just blot a little bit off that on my hand actually. And then let's just check again where this is going to be. Yeah. You've got a little bit of wiggle time with your wet glue too, to make sure that they're going to be tucked behind. I think sometimes DL is a size we forget about using, but I just thought the size was ideal for making our lady there. All right, so we want the legs down here as well. And this one. Down there, let's just check everything's going to be hidden. Yeah, got a bit of glue that came out there, so we just make sure we haven't got that. And then I think what I'll do with this one is use some 3D foam if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Let's raise that up on some 3D foam. Pop that around there. She looks like she's off to a party, doesn't she? Off to a party somewhere. Take these off. And then we've assembled what we need to assemble for the main image. So let's pop that on there because you want to make sure you've covered those bits. So let's have this there, like that. There we go. So we've got the little playing card now. So I'm going to go to Aqua. It's not actually Aqua, it's Warm Breeze, but we're going to use that and add some playing cards over the stenciled area. Down there. So we're just building up using the stamps. So that was a VersaFine Claire ink pad. As I say, it's not called Aqua, it's called Warm Breeze, but we can use a bit of artistic license here, I think. And then let's have a look. So we do have also on my craft desk, these were the free stamps from the Simply Cards and Papercraft magazine, and I love this happy birthday here, this bold stamp. So let's have a look at popping that on here, and that could go down the bottom just there. I think what I'm going to do actually is stamp it separately just in case. So let's go for aqua again, see what it looks like in aqua. Pop that onto some stamping card. Let's take that off there. So it gives you a really nice bold greeting there. Let's just trim this down. Just going to trim this. By hand. A really useful stamp to have, this one. And I think also because Marlene's work is quite quirky, it doesn't actually matter if you don't, you know, stamp it 100% straight like that. So we're going to pop that behind on the bottom. Great for ATCs, all these little elements as well, I think. Because you could just be stamping out her head and, you know, pop that on an ATC and use all these little bits for your backgrounds. So we've got happy birthday there. So just to finish off this one, I think we need a few gems. So shall we go with, oh, see, I think she needs a magenta gem in her hair, actually, looking at that. In the middle of that gorgeous flower. And then let's just do a few random gems, I think, in the background. We could even pop one in the middle of that flower there of the stencil. One up there too, and one just in that top corner, I think. So we have used the Studio Light Art by Marlene stamps, the playing card woman. We've used the Art by Marlene die cut paper frames. We've stenciled and stamped the greeting using the free gifts from Simply Cards and Papercraft magazine. And we've focused on magenta, aqua and yellow. So I think that's a really fun birthday card. It's DL size. Just finished off with a few gems. She was coloured in alcohol markers, and I think that's a fun card for, you know, anyone from teenage upwards, really. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and do check out everybody else's YouTube channels that is listed in the description to see their interpretation of this month's theme. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next month. Bye for now.